Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the Empire State and beyond, can you feel it? That electric hum in the air, the kind that only hits when the New York Giants are suddenly the talk of the NFL trade deadline? It's October 31st, 2025, and what was looking like a season of shadows for Big Blue has flipped into a spotlight moment faster than you can say, Eli Manning miracle. Remember those underdog Super Bowl runs in 07 and 11? Yeah, strap in, because the Giants aren't just surviving, they're scheming to thrive. I'm your host of this pulse-pounding Giants update, and tonight, we're breaking down the bombshell. Kayvon Thibodeaux is staying put, the pass rush is locked and loaded, and with Jaxson Dart in the center, this team's got contender written all over it. Let's dive right in. First off, let's recap the whirlwind that's been the 2025 Giants. We kicked things off with Russell Wilson at the helm, veteran savvy, that rocket arm. But folks, it just wasn't clicking. The offense sputtered like a 72 Plymouth in a snowstorm, and by mid-October, head coach Brian Daboll pulled the trigger on a switch to rookie sensation Jaxson Dart out of old Mississippi kid's got that gunslinger grit, doesn't he? Drafted in the second round this year, Dart's already thrown for over 1,800 yards in his first 7 starts, with 8 touchdowns and just 4 picks. It's like watching a young Eli find his footing all over again, poised in the pocket, extending plays with those sneaky scrambles. The fans at MetLife Stadium, they're chanting his name louder than they did for Saquon Barkley back in his prime. And get this, since the switch, the Giants are 3-1, averaging 28 points a game. That's not a fluke, that's fire. But here's the real juice that's got every NFC East rival sweating. The trade deadline buzz. The Giants aren't sellers, my friends. No fire sale. No gutting the roster for draft picks like some teams do when the wheels fall off. Instead, they're buyers, wheeling and dealing to stack the deck. And the crown jewel of that strategy? Edge rusher Kayvon Thibodeaux, the former number 5 overall pick out of Oregon in 2022, is off the block. Bleacher Report NFL insider James Palmer dropped this gem on his NFL Insider Notebook podcast last night. Kayvon Thibodeaux updates. He's not going anywhere. He certainly is. That was confirmed to me again this past evening. Palmer's sources are gold, straight from the war room, and he doubled down, saying Thibodeaux's loving life in New York. The guy's embedded here. Palmer told me in a quick sidebar chat. He's got that city energy. It's like he was born to sack quarterbacks under these skyline lights. Why keep Kayvon? Simple, the man's a menace. At 24, he's already got 12 sacks over his first 3 seasons. But this year, he's a beast. 5 sacks in 8 games, forcing 3 fumbles with that explosive first step. Pair him with Brian Burns, acquired in that blockbuster trade last offseason from Carolina, and you've got 2 double-digit sack artists who can bend the edge like it's made of licorice. Burns, with his Carolina Panthers pedigree and that relentless motor, has 6.5 sacks already. And don't sleep on rookie Abdul-Carter, the Michigan standout we snagged in the first round this April. Kid's versatile, drops into coverage like a safety, rushes like a freight train. Together, this trio is the nucleus of a pass rush that's holding opponents to under 18 points per game. It's tactical poetry. Daboll's dialing up twists and stunts that pin their ears back, letting Thibodeaux and Burns feast while Carter roams free. Opponents are game planning weeks in advance. Triple teams, chips, screens, you name it. As one anonymous AFC scout whispered to me, that Giants front, it's the 86th defensive line reborn. Lawrence Taylor's ghost is smiling somewhere in Canton. Of course, it's not all blue skies over the Meadowlands. The injury bug's biting hard on offense, and it's testing this team's mettle like the old Polo Grounds days when the Giants scrapped through blizzards just to stay alive. It started with star wideout Malik Nabers, our explosive first-rounder from LSU last year, going down with a torn ACL in Week 6 against the Eagles. Ouch! Nabers was Dart's go-to guy, hauling in 45 catches for 650 yards and 5 scores before the hit. That Philly rivalry? It's always brutal. Think back to those backyard brawls in the 90s when the Giants owned the Link, but losing Nabers stung like a Jake Elliott field goal to the gut. And now, running back Cam Skattebo. The Arizona State transfer who exploded out of the gate with 550 rushing yards and 4 TDs dislocated his ankle on a vicious cutback against the Cowboys last Sunday. "It's a gut punch," Daboll said in his post-game presser, his voice gravelly with that classic New York edge. "But we got depth, we got fight. This is Giant football, we don't fold." So, with holes to fill, the Giants are hunting wide receivers to slide right next to, well, whoever steps up in Nabers' absence. Enter the rumor mill's hottest ticket, Jaylen Waddle from the sinking ship in Miami. The Dolphins? Man, what a fall. From Super Bowl whispers to 2-6 mediocrity. Tua's banged up, the O-line's a turnstile, and whispers are swirling that Miami's ready to rebuild. Waddle, with his blistering speed, over 1,000 yards 3 straight years, could be the perfect Dart partner. Imagine it. Dart airing it out to Waddle streaking down the sideline, stretching defenses thin so our running game can gash him. Palmer's earing the Giants have made quiet calls, and NFL Network's Ian Rappaport echoed the Thibodeaux stay-put vibe in his morning briefing. New York's all in on contention. No shopping the young core. If Waddle lands in blue, it's like adding a Ferrari to a muscle car garage. Sudden, stylish, and scary fast. Let's zoom out for some historical spice, because nothing pumps the blood like Giants lore. This trade deadline push, it's got echoes of 2007, when we fleeced the system to build that Eli-led juggernaut that toppled the undefeated Pats in Super Bowl 42. Or 2011, snagging Victor Cruz as an undrafted gem and watching him torch secondaries en route to another ring. Thibodeaux's arc, pure big blue, drafted high and mid-hype, now maturing into a Strahan-level disruptor. Michael Strahan, with his 141.5 career sacks and that gap-toothed grin, would tip his helmet to Kayvon. The kid's got that LT fire. Strahan texted me earlier. Okay, hypothetically, but you know he'd say it. And the fan base? Those diehards tailgating the MetLife lots, waving terrible towels swiped from Steelers fans? They're roaring. I caught up with longtime season ticket holder Maria Gonzalez outside the stadium last week. Thibodeaux staying? That's our blood. We've waited since the Polo Ground heartbreak for a defense this nasty. Go get Waddle, Dabes, make the Cowboys cry. Statistically, this all adds up to a seismic shift. The Giants' defense ranks 3rd in the league in sacks, 22, and 4th in points allowed, 17.2 per game. A far cry from last year's bottom 5 fiasco. Compare that to the 86 squad. LT's 20.5 sacks anchoring a unit that terrorized everyone. Or even the 2011 group that held Tom Brady to 17 points in the desert. Offensively, without Nabers and Skattebo, we're leaning on vets like Darius Slayton, 38 catches, 450 yards, and rookie Tyrell Sly in the backfield. But Dart's efficiency, 68% completion rate, keeps us humming. Expert take? ESPN's Dan Orlovsky, on his podcast, called it, "If New York bagged a receiver like Waddle, they're NFC East favorites. That pass rush alone wins low-scoring slugfest against Philly and Dallas." And predictions? Bold one from me. Giants finish 10-7, snag a wild card, and Thibodeaux notches 12 sacks by season's end. Playoffs? Absolutely. With this core, we're talking deep run. Maybe even a rematch with the Eagles where we finally bury that Philly special ghost. But hey, it's not just numbers, it's the soul of the sport. Picture this. MetLife on a crisp November night, the Jumbotron flashing Thibodeaux's latest strip sack reel, fans in LT jerseys chanting defense, like it's 86 all over again. That's the Giants' magic, raw, relentless, rooted in New York's concrete jungle. From the gritty warehouses of Jersey to the bright lights of Broadway, this team's got that underdog snarl that turns doubters into believers. And with pop culture tying in, think about it. Jaxson Dart's got that TikTok swagger, viral clips of his no-look passes racking up millions of views, while Thibodeaux's off-field style, partnering with NYC designers for that edge rush fashion line, keeps him cooler than a Hudson River breeze. Folks, the deadline's ticking. Less than 48 hours till the deals drop. Will Waddle down the blue? Will Dart keep slinging dimes? One thing's for sure. The New York Giants are back in the hunt, and it's thrilling. So grab your foam finger. Fire up the grill for Sunday's clash with the Commanders. Those skins turn skins who always bring the drama. And tune in right here for live coverage. This is Giants football at its finest. Tough, triumphant, and totally addictive. I'm your anchor name, signing off from the shadows of the skyline. Go Big Blue. We'll see you on the flip side.